Hi everyone, my name is Monique.
And I'm Naveen from Before You Play.
And today we're going to be doing a two-player playthrough of a game called Reef Project.
Yes, this game is designed by Martino Chiacchiera as well as Federico Pierlorenzi and published by Board&Dice, who are helping sponsor this playthrough. And in this game, we are in charge of scientific vessels trying to clean up the coral reefs and save them from pollution.
Yes, this is a mission fulfillment Euro-style game with some area control for 1 to 4 players. And so today, as per usual, we are going to start with the teach of the game, and then we'll go straight into our two-player playthrough. If you'd like to jump around, we'll include timestamps in the description below.
Now, before we begin, if you could all do us a big favor and turn on your Klingon subtitles, just in case we make any mistakes, we can add those corrections there. Lastly, if you like these kind of videos and you want to see more in the future, please consider subscribing.
And with that, we are ready to begin. So if you'd please direct your attention to the center of the table, we're all set up here for a two-player game of Reef Project. Welcome to the ocean.
There it is.
Now, like we were mentioning, in this game, players play as scientists who are trying to clean up the ocean. And so we're going to be doing this by going on various missions, deploying reef balls out onto different routes, and of course, cleaning up pollution while trying to score as many points as possible along the way. Now, the game is played over the course of several rounds, and each round, players will be taking turns traveling around the board in order to deploy reef balls, land on islands to take island actions, and complete missions. So then, turn structure is fairly simple. On your turn, you'll either choose to travel or you'll choose to recharge. Now, majority of the time, you'll be traveling around the board, especially in the beginning, so let's just go ahead and start by explaining how traveling works. At the start of the game, all players will start with their boats on this starting island, and so when taking a travel turn, the first thing that happens is you can optionally choose to deploy one of your reef balls. Now in the game, reef balls will be very important because they are used in a number of ways. The first way is reef balls actually cloud your resource track. In this game, there are 3 main resources that we're going to be collecting. They are algae, clams, and photographs. And the maximum amount of each of these resources that you can hold depends on how many reef balls you've removed from that track. And they are going to be asymmetric. Each player has their own ship that is in a double-layered board. And so before you start the game, you'll be able to draft which ship you want to use. As an example, my ship gives me a little bit more in terms of capacity for my clams, but I only start with 4 reef balls in my deployed area, whereas Naveen gets to start with 5. In addition to increasing your resource capacity, reef balls will also allow you to travel around the board for free, and they'll be able to score you some points. And so when you take a travel action, you can optionally place one of the reef balls in your deployed area on one of the routes that are attached to the island that your boat is currently on. But you have to pay in order to deploy your reef balls, and it's going to be the amount of energy shown along that route. So as an example, if I wanted to deploy a reef ball along this route over here, I would have to pay 3 energy because that is how much energy is showing at the time. So let's just say, for example, I decide to deploy a reef ball along this route over here, spending 1 energy. I would use the reef ball to cover up the 1 energy slot. And now, when I travel across that route, it's going to be free for me. It's also going to be free for all other players because each deployed reef ball covers up an energy symbol, and this route only required 1 energy. So now this is going to be free for everyone for the rest of the game. If instead I had chosen to place the reef ball here, paying 2 energy, this specific route would now be free for me to traverse, but everyone else would have to pay just 1 energy to cross. So now that I've deployed my reef ball, I move on to the second step of my travel turn, which is traveling. And by the way, this is the only step in this turn that is mandatory. You must always move to a different island from which you started from, and you can actually move to any island on the map. It does not have to be one adjacent. You just have to have enough energy to pay for all of the routes that you'll need to cross in order to get there. And so as an example, I could choose to move just to this island for free, since I have at least 1 reef ball on it. Or if I wanted to move further, I could even choose to move to this island down here, paying a total of 1 energy for the entire route, or I could choose to move further than that. But you can never end on an island that contains another player's boat. You can pass through an island that does, you just can't land on the same one. Now, once you finish traveling, you can then choose to optionally play a mission card. And so this is one of the main purposes of the game. We're going to be traveling to various islands in order to complete missions that have those specific islands on them. Now, in this game, there are 2 main types of mission cards. We have cards that have a specific island listed and cards that don't. The difference is the ones that don't just have a specific criteria that you need to meet in order to gain the benefit to the right of the arrow. And so in this example, you have to have deployed 5 reef balls minimum. And if so, then at any time on your turn, you can play this mission card in front of you and gain 2 coins. But you can only play one mission card per turn. In addition, each mission card has a specific suit. There are 3 different suits. It's green, purple, and orange. They're also different shapes. And the mission cards that don't have a specific island attached to them are wild cards. And that's going to be important because if during the game you play one of each type, so basically 3 missions of all different suits, then you can score 4 points for them. So let's just say I had this card in my hand. After traveling, you can choose to play a mission card from your hand as long as it matches the island that you traveled to. So this island would have required me to travel to the green one with a shark symbol. Had I traveled there, then I can play this card from my hand, and if it does not show a crossed X over the island, this means I can take the island's benefit as well as the benefit on the card, which is to gain 3 energy. And played mission cards will go face up in front of you until you score them for having a collected set of different suits, in which case you'd flip them over. But these cards will always stay with you because at the end of the game, all completed missions will score you 1 victory point. On the other hand, island cards that have the X symbol on them, when completed, they give you an alternative benefit to the one that's on the actual island. And so when you play these cards, you're taking the benefit on the card instead of the one on the island. But again, playing mission cards are optional. In fact, after traveling, if you choose not to play a mission card, you still resolve the effect of the island. Some islands, such as these 2, will just gain you resources. And again, it's going to be in the 3 forms of resources. There's algae, photographs, as well as clams. And these resources we're going to be using in order to gain more money, make reef balls, and gain more energy. Anytime you see a benefit that is a captain's hat symbol with a blank face, that means you can hire crew members. Sometimes you'll actually see them with a minus or plus and a number, and that means you can either hire crew members at a discount or sometimes costing you more money. We'll explain those symbols as we play the game. In general, when hiring crew members, you're going to hire one from the display down here, paying the cost associated with that specific tile. And when hiring a crew member, you're going to place them on your boat. Now, there are 3 different rows of your boat, and you always have to place them from left to right, but you can choose any row regardless of the color of the crew member's tile. The only thing is if you complete a row with a matching color, as an example, if I place 3 pink-colored crew members in the pink row, then upon completion, I'll score the points to the right, which is 4 points. And when you hire a crew member, you gain the benefit that you cover immediately, which in this case would be 2 mission cards. In addition, each time you complete a column, you also get to activate 1 crew member that's in that column. And so there's a wide variety of effects that the crew members will have. Some will gain you money, some will give you the ability to gain more reef balls, and some, such as this one, will score you points. This one says you can either gain 2 clams or you can turn in 2 clams to score 4 points. And the way that you activate these crew members is by resolving any effects that show the captain's hat symbol and an exclamation mark. Some of them will just have a single exclamation mark, like that island up there, and in those cases, it just lets you activate 1 crew member on your boat. And that includes the 3 starting crew members to the left here that basically let you turn in resources for either money, reef balls, or energy. And anytime you see the captain's hat symbol with one of the 3 colors and the infinity symbol, that means that you can activate all of the crew members of that specific color. So as an example, in this island, this has the captain's hat with the red symbol, which means had I hired this crew member, I would be able to activate both of these crew members because they're all of the red ones that I have. But again, you're activating the crew member's type, not the color of the row. And each crew member can only be activated once per turn. Now, when hiring crew, if you decide that you actually don't like any of the ones showing, you can hire the cheapest one and flip it over to hire a wild crew member. So this will be any of the 3 colors, but they only get you 1 coin when you activate them. And if you complete a column with one of these wild members in them, you're required to activate the wild crew member, which is less than ideal.
It's also important to note that any time on your turn, and for as many times as you'd like, you can turn in 3 coins to represent any one resource.
Yes. And that's going to be important if you'd like to activate any of your starting crew members, because you're going to need to turn in resources for that stuff. All right, moving on to the research symbol. Anytime you see a microscope, that allows you to move up on the research track. This track is going to be important because at the end of the game, you'll score a certain number of points depending on how far along the track you get. So they're actually numbered. Anytime you see starfish, that represents the points in the game. In addition, this track breaks all ties for any reason. And so if we're actually both tied on the same spot, then it's whoever is at the bottom of the stack beats ties, because whoever got there first. In addition, the research track determines which mission cards you can choose from when gaining a mission card. So some effects, such as this one, will allow you to gain additional mission cards from the display. At the start of the game, we can only choose from the first two. But as soon as we get to the 3, now we can choose from all 3, and so on and so forth. And the last thing about the research track is if you're ever on the 3 or on the 7 and you need to advance, you can, instead of moving forward, choose to go down and collect one of the milestones. There's always going to be one more than the number of players, and you basically get to look through all of them, and it'll give you a benefit that you gain immediately. But when you advance again from this position, then you're going to move up onto the 4. So it does slow you down a bit when advancing on the research track, but it also just gains you some stuff, which you might really need. If you choose not to gain it, by the way, you'll still need to remove the topmost one of these. You just don't gain the benefit. And the last sort of main benefit that you'll see on these islands are the fish and the diver symbol. So these pertain to the diver track. Down here, we're going to be scuba diving across this track throughout the game. And at the end of the game, whoever is the furthest ahead on this track will score 12 points. The second place scores 10, and the third place scores 6. And I should mention that in lower player counts, including in the 2-player game, we have 2 neutral players who will be at the 5 and 10 position at the end of the game. So you have to keep them in mind when doing the end game scoring. And so during the game, the way that this track works is, let's just say, for example, I've advanced, or Naveen has advanced all the way up to this spot here. Anytime you see the fish symbol, that allows you to resolve the effects of the tile directly above your diver, which in this case would be this first tile here, which allows you to either hire a crew member or activate one crew member and gain 2 coins. Now, as soon as you reach a spot that's above one of these oxygen tanks, then you gain the benefit of the oxygen tank. And if you are the first person to reach that first spot, then you flip it over. And now everybody else who gets there for their first time gains the benefit that's on the B side. And you only gain these benefits the first time you reach the tank. In addition, the first person to reach there also flips over the next tile here, which we're not going to reveal until we play the game. If you ever reach the end of the track and need to keep advancing, you'll instead score 1 point for each advancement. Oh, and I should also mention that only one person can be at the end of the research track, so it's important to keep that in mind. As for the islands, anytime you see multiple benefits, you can choose the order in which to resolve them, which means you could choose to progress up the diver track first before resolving the fish, or vice versa. All right, and I believe that is a majority of all of the different types of actions that you'll see on the islands, and that is also how a travel turn works. Now, alternatively, on your turn, instead of traveling, you can choose to take a recharge action. And so the way that that works is, if you'll notice, along the edge of the board, along the score track, up until the 41 point marker here, you'll see little benefits. And these are going to be in these various circles. When taking a recharge action, you gain all of the benefits along the score track up to where your score marker is. And so let's just say, for example, that my score marker is on the 15. You're actually going to start with the benefit closest to your score marker and go down the line. And all of them are optional. But as an example, on the 15 here, this allows me to take a mission card from anywhere. It's regardless of where I am on the research track. After that, I gain any 2 resources of my choice, as well as an energy. After that, I can activate one of my crew members. And finally, you gain 3 energy, and you must discard the leftmost crew member here. That is the one thing that is not optional. And so as you score more and more points, these benefits for taking a recharge action will become better and better. And speaking of the score track, there are going to be 2 different milestones that we'll need to pay attention to throughout the game. It's going to be the 22 victory point mark, as well as the 45. And basically, as soon as the first player reaches 22 victory points, we are going to gain an objective card. And these are going to be personal secret objectives that you'll score at the end of the game. We'll go through them during the playthrough, and that happens immediately, by the way. And as soon as the first player reaches 45 points, that triggers the end of the game. You finish out the round, play one more round, and then you go into endgame scoring. Now, before we talk about endgame scoring, there's one very important concept that we haven't gone over, and that is cleaning up the pollution in the various sectors of the ocean. Anytime a sector is completely surrounded by routes that have at least one reef ball on each route. So as an example, this would be a completed sector because all of the routes that border it have at least one reef ball. They don't have to be completely filled. Then at that time, you'll immediately score the sector. Each player will score 1 point for each of their reef balls that are along routes, as well as their boat if it is on one of the islands that are on one of the corners of the sector. And so in this example, Naveen would score 4 points because he has 3 reef balls and his boat, and I would score 3. And then the player who scored the most amount of points gains the pollution token that's in that sector. And these pollution tokens you can basically flip over at any time on your turn in order to gain the benefit that's on them. If you don't, if you save them for the end of the game, there's a certain amount of victory points listed on them that you'll score. But it's one or the other. And you can only play up to one of these per turn. Now, once a sector is scored, you can still continue to deploy reef balls along their routes because at the end of the game, they will be end game points. Once the game ends, the first thing that happens is you'll score your secret objective. So you'll have 1 card at the end of the game. Then you'll score 1 point for any of the missions that you've completed over the course of the game. You'll score points equal to wherever you are on the research track. You'll also score points on the divers track, depending on your player turn order, relative order. You'll also score 3 points for every 3 different resources you have on the track. So basically each completed row on your resource track. And you can also still spend 3 coins for 1 resource at the end of the game because your leftover money is not going to be worth anything. And finally, you'll score each completed sector again. So any sectors that still contain pollution will not be scored, but the ones that were scored, the player with the majority of reef balls surrounding that sector will score 2 points per shark symbol. So the shark symbols are going to range from 1 to 3. And the player who had the second most reef balls will score 1 point per shark symbol. And at that point, whoever has the most points wins. And again, all ties are broken by the research track. And I believe that's it. So we'll just go ahead and get cleaned up, and then we'll get started with our playthrough.
Okay, everything has been reset. Now we have determined that Monique is going to be the first player because there is some setup that starts the game. Namely, we are starting with mission cards that we have drafted. So we both have 2 each. If it's your first time, you can just pass out 2 to each player. And we also have asymmetric boats that have different powers on them.
Yes. The game comes with 5 different boats, and you can draft them as well if you're more experienced. But each boat has an A and a B side, and all players must play on the same side.
Right.
Today, we'll be playing on the A side because it's the way that we taught it in the teach. And my boat specifically says that I can deploy my reef balls at a discount of 1 energy. So that is going to be my ongoing ability.
Very nice. Mine is basically anytime I complete a mission card, I get to unlock a reef ball and put it into my deploying supply.
Nice. So you don't have to rely on activating crew members such as this one in order to use clams to make them.
Yep.
You now have that ongoing ability.
That's it.
And I believe that's it. Are you ready to begin?
Sure, let's do it.
All right. First round, I'm going to be going first. So I'm going to take a travel turn. And the first thing that happens is I can optionally choose to deploy one of my reef balls. Now, I'm definitely going to do that, seeing as it costs me 1 fewer energy. And I think I'm going to deploy it along this route here.
Okay.
So because there's 3 energy showing, typically I'd have to pay 3, but because I have a discount, I'll only pay 2 energy. And I take it from my deployed area, and I'm just going to go ahead and cover up that spot right there.
Okay.
So now this route is free for me to cross, but for Naveen, he'll only have to pay 2 energy. And in the future, if I choose to deploy another reef ball along that route, it'll be free because I already have one. I'm not sure if we mentioned that in the teach. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and travel. And I'm traveling across that route to this island. Now, you can go as far as you want, but I'm choosing to go here because I like it. Actually, it's because I have a mission card. So now that I've traveled to that island, before resolving its effect, I'm going to play a mission card from my hand that matches the island that I traveled to. So that is important. It has to match. And because it does not have an X over it, it means I gain the benefit of the card, which in this case is gaining me a reef ball and the benefit of the island. So I'm gonna go ahead and place that there. And I think I'm gonna take the reef ball from my algae resource track, and that'll go into my deployment area. Now, the benefit on this island specifically, if it's difficult to read, says that either I can choose to max out one of my resource tracks and go up on the research track, or I can move my diver and gain the benefit of the tile that's above it. So I think it is a bit early, so I think I'm going to do the diver and fish combination.
Okay.
Because I'm over here, I have to do the diver first, or else I really don't gain any benefit. But now that I'm underneath this tile, I get to resolve it, which means I can either hire a crew member, or I can activate one of my crew members and gain 2 coins. We only start with 3. I think I'm going to hire a crew member.
Okay.
So these are my options. I'm going to hire this crew member here for 3 coins. So it's really all of my money.
Yeah.
But the crew member gains me 5 coins when I choose to activate them. Now, again, I do not have to put it in the pink row. I can choose a different one, but why not, right? I'd like to score those 4 points eventually.
I think it's the right move.
It is the right move, I think. You have to play them left to right, so I'm going to cover up this spot that gains me 2 mission cards. Because I'm still here, I can only choose from these 2, but they will move down each time I choose. So I'm going to take this one.
Okay.
This is one that requires me to have 5 deployed reef balls to gain 2 coins.
You'll get it eventually.
Yeah, I'll get it eventually. There's no hand limit
Right.
either, so you can just hoard them, I guess. Then I think I'll take this card. So this is an island one that will provide an alternate effect whenever I choose to play it.
Okay.
So there you
Slide
go.
down.
I've played my 1 card, and I've done all my actions, resolved the card and the island. So now it is back to you.
Okay. Okay, so for my first turn, I'm definitely going to do a travel, and I definitely want to put out one of my reef balls. So
All right.
let's go ahead and just put it out. I'm starting here. I'm just going to place it right where I am currently, right there. So it's going to cost me 1 energy because there's only 1 on that route. So I go from 5 to 4, and then I'm going to take that route. So I'm going to go across, but I'm going to go here. I'm going to bypass this one. So it's going to cost me an extra energy. So I'm going to go free. 1 energy because that's what's depicted there. So I go down to 3.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take the action that is depicted here. So I do have a mission card
Nice.
that goes along with it. So this one says I basically get to hire. I also get to go up on the research, and I get to activate one of my crew members.
Oh,
So
nice.
I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So let's go ahead and just move up on the research track. So there we go.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hire, I think I want to hire this very first one. So this one here costs 1 coin. So let's go ahead and give you a coin. Thank you. And then I'm going to take the red one and just do exactly what you did. I'm going to place it up here and get 2 of these cards.
All right.
Once
Slide these
again,
down.
I am only in these 2 locations here.
What does your crew member do for you?
My crew member, I can either gain 2 clams or I can spend 2 clams for 4 victory points, in-game
Oh.
victory points.
That's nice.
Yeah. So I'm going to take this one knowing that I'm very close to that island over there. Maybe I can
Nice.
satisfy it.
Very good.
And then now that these slid down,
Yes. Would you like?
I'm going to take this one right here. I think we're going to eventually end up back at home base.
This is the back. Yeah,
That's
the
a home base one,
island.
so I might as well take that one. And it's a wild, which is very nice.
Yeah, that is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I don't want you to miss out on it. So, did you gain your reef ball for playing a mission card?
Oh, yes, thank you. Whenever I play a mission card
Mm-hmm.
successfully, I gain a reef ball. So let's go ahead and, knowing that I'm going to need capacity for clams to score points, I'm actually going to take this one off and then put this here. So as long as I can get this kind of loaded up, that'll be nice. Okay, and then the bottom aspect here is activate one of my crew members. Now I have 4 crew members. And I'm going to be doing this bottom left corner one, the
Okay.
one that says spend an algae for 2 energy. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this algae down to 0, and I'm going to gain 2 energy back.
Nice. So, you have a lot of energy. If you ever run out of energy and you cannot move because you are always required to travel during a travel turn, you can always do the recharge because at the 0 level over there, you gain 3 energy. All right, done?
Yep.
Okay, so it's back to me. I actually like that we're going different routes.
Oh, yeah?
Because I guess it's not going to be super easy to close off our own ocean sectors. We're trying to clean the entire ocean, right?
trying.
So we want to spread out. Anywho, I'm going to take a travel action or a travel turn. And first, I'm going to deploy a reef ball along this route. So it would normally cost me 2. It's only going to cost me 1 energy.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and place this there. Now I'm going to travel across it to this island, and I'm going to play a mission card. So this mission card matches the island that I went to, and it's not crossed out, so I get to do both. This symbol is not one that we went over during the teach. This basically means you get to gain 1 benefit along the victory point track up to where you are.
Like the recharge symbol.
Yes,
Yeah.
I currently do not have any victory points, which means I'm just gaining this first one, which is 3 energy, 2, 3.
And you discard,
And I must discard,
which is good.
the lowest crew member.
Clear
So
these off.
the lowest cost crew member. So
Yep.
it does cycle through.
Does.
And you can always hire the topmost one in the stack here. It's going to be at just four coins. Then I get to resolve the island. So first, I'm going to gain a mission card. And again, I can only choose between these two. I think I'm going to take this one.
Sure.
So this island matches that one at the top left. Hopefully I'll be able to make it there eventually. And now I can activate 2 different crew members on my boat. So I'm definitely going to activate this one.
5 coins.
So it's 5 coins.
Okay.
I needed some money. Then I'm going to activate this crew member, which lets me pay a clam and remove I'll remove this reef ball. So I've made a reef ball. I only need to make 2 more to clear out that column.
Sure.
And I believe that is it. Those are all the effects of the island. So now it is to you, Naveen.
All right, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and do my optional drop in a ball. I'm going to do that. It's going to cost 1 energy. And then I'm just going to go right on over to that island there. So this is going to be a little bit inefficient because this island essentially says I get to fill up 5 resources of these types. So I have 1, 2, 3 slots available here.
Yeah, it's specifically algae
Yeah.
or clams, and you can do any combination.
But I do have a mission card here, which matches the one that we just went to. So it is another green one, so it's not really set collecting, but I'm creating another set here. And what's nice about this is because my my special boat says that anytime I am successful about this,
Yeah.
I get to unlock another one of these. So I'm definitely going to want to do that right away. And I'm going to just unlock an algae here. So then now I'll have space for 4 of the 5 resources. Additionally, because I'm matching, I get 3 energy. So go up 1, 2, 3, which is really, really good. And then I'm just going to max out everything. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just shy of 1.
So those are that's the island's
That's the island
benefit.
actions. Yeah, so I got the card benefit of matching the island, and then I took the actual island actions.
Nice. All right. So I am going to continue to take a travel turn. But first, I'm going to deploy a reef ball along this route.
Okay.
So it's going to cost me 2 because 3 minus 1.
Yep.
So it's 2 energy. And I'm actually going to travel along a different route. I'm going to go 1, 2, and then up here. Can you pass me up there? Thank you.
3. So that's
So
going to cost you
3
extra.
free, and then just 1
Okay.
for that last one. Oh boy.
There you are.
And now that I'm there, I'm going to play a mission card from my hand. So this matches the island up there.
That's the one you picked up earlier.
It's one I picked up earlier.
Yeah.
So this is basically just going to allow me to activate an additional crew member. So in total, it's going to be activating 2 crew members and gaining a resource of my choice. But first, I've completed a set.
Yep.
So my mission cards, I have a full set of 3 different colors. I have
So-
purple, orange, and
You're
green.
going to get 4 points because we're playing the A side.
Yes.
If it was the B side, you'd get 3 points.
Right. And then these get flipped over because they'll still score me 1 point each at the end of the game. But now I've scored them as a set. So then I'm going to choose to gain an algae for that 1 resource on the island benefit. I'm going to activate this crew member. So it's spending
Spend algae.
an algae to gain 2 energy.
Okay.
And for my second activation from the card, I'm going to gain 5 more coins.
Yeah.
I might as well do it now, right? Yeah, let's take 10.
Totally.
Okay, that is it. So now it's back to you.
Okay, back to me. So I'm going to travel again, and I think I want to put this one out here. It's going to cost me 1 resource
You
or
have
1
so
energy.
much energy.
I do. But I'm going to put it out there, but I'm going to go a different direction. So I'm
Okay.
going to go back to home base just like that. And I remember I picked up that card that was home base dependent. So now that I'm there, it's another mission card. So a couple things are going to happen here. I'm just going to take the 2 energy now. So I'm at max energy. Additionally, every time, so I'm going to put this together as a set. So this is green and then wild. I'll figure out what I'm going to do with it in a little bit. But every time I put out a mission card, I unlock another one.
You
So
make a reef ball.
I do. I think knowing that I'm going to want to turn in clams, I'm going to open up this spot here. So now I made another reef ball there. So if I get
Nice.
1 more, I get 3 points right away.
Very good.
Okay, and then now I get to take all 3 of these actions that are depicted here. This one's very simple. It's just move up the track on the research track. So I'm closer to getting access to this extra card.
Yeah, the thing that's great for you, though, is you are currently breaking all ties.
I am, yeah.
And had I tied you in this sector,
Yep.
then you would take it anyway.
Yeah,
so.
it's kind of tough to tie here because it's 3 total. So in a two-player game, it's just one of us is going to have at least 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and move up on the diver track.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be able to take the blackfish action. So I think I'm going to do the bottom. I'm going to get 2 coins. Do you mind handing me 2
Sure.
coins? And then also I'm going to activate the clams guy.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend 2. So 3 goes down to 1, and I'm going to get 4 points.
Oh,
So,
that's nice.
Yeah.
All my work.
Got to do that. I have to do that.
Very good.
All right.
All right, so back to me. I'm going to take a travel turn. And, I think I'm going to go this way. Deploy my reef ball that way.
Okay. It's going to cost
So-
you 1 instead of 2.
Yes, it'll cost me 1 instead of 2. I'm just going to place it here. You
Sure.
can place it on either spot, really. So there's my 1 energy. And I think I'm going to travel.
You going that way?
Yeah, I'm going that way. And I'm not playing a mission card this time.
Okay.
So I'm just going to resolve the effect of the island itself, which is going to be either gaining a resource and hiring a crew member, or doing
Or
the
dive in blackfish.
dive and black yellowfish,
Yep.
which I will do. So
you
I'm going to do the dive track
Okay.
because this is going to be scoring points for whoever's furthest along.
Okay.
So I moved up 1, and now I get to resolve this, which is going to be, I think I'm just going to hire a crew member this time.
Okay.
I have a lot of money.
Yeah, you do.
know, what's the point of hoarding money?
Yeah, you hire them.
And I think I'll just hire the cheapest one. This is going to cost me 1 coin.
good one,
so I'm
yeah.
going to give a 5, and I'll take back 4.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right.
This
So
one- Yep.
this crew member will eventually, when I activate them, allow me to turn in 2 resources for 3 points. So now I have my own point converter.
You do.
It's not clams, but
It's more flexible.
I'm going to put it in the green row. And you have to place it on the leftmost spot. It's going to be giving me a mission card and a reef ball.
Okay. Again, you can only
So-
choose from these 2. So which one?
I can only choose from those 2. You're right. I'm going to slide these down. Let me gain my reef ball now. So close. So close. Seeing as I'm so close to this island, I'm going to take this card because it matches it. It would require me to do this benefit, which is taking 2 of the recharge bonuses instead of the island, which is not great because the island benefit is actually, I think, way better for me right now.
Okay.
But at least it'll be completing a mission card.
Yeah, sure.
And that's important.
Okay, I'm going to start off by let's clean up some pollution.
Okay.
We are going to be traveling, so I'm going to drop this off next to my boat right there. It's going to cost me 1 of my 8 energy, and then now we have completely surrounded this with at least 1 reef ball in every line sector,
Every route,
every
yeah.
route. So essentially, we are going to score some points right now, and it is going to be 1 point for every one that you have surrounding it. So for me, it's 1, 2, 3. Plus, if you have your boat on one of the surrounding islands, you get an additional point. So for me, it's going to be 4 in-game points right now.
Yes, you are
taking me to
uncontested.
8. Yeah.
So
and then
nice.
in addition to that, I take this pollution tile,
Yeah.
and on the back of this, there's a certain amount of victory points as well as some benefits on it.
Yes.
If I use it for the benefits at any point in time during the game, I do not get to score the points that are depicted on it at the end.
Right.
So I'm going to hang on to this for right now.
Uh-huh.
And then now I can actually take my action and move along.
And at the end of the game, you're going to score 2 points for that shark symbol.
Yep.
Because there's no more available spaces to deploy reef balls. You've
Right.
completely cleaned that corner of the ocean.
I did it
Naveen.
myself.
And you did it by yourself.
I did. Okay, and then I think I'm just gonna kind of go back to a place where I was before. So it's gonna be 1, 2, all for free. And so I'm gonna take these 2 actions. I'm not gonna play a mission card right now. So I'm
Okay.
just gonna move easily up on this research track.
Okay.
So now I have access to these 3 here. And the next time I move up, I have the option of taking one of these milestones or continuing on this way. So we'll cross that path in the future. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hire somebody. And I think, knowing that I want to go somewhere, I think I'm going to hire this one, the cheapie.
Okay.
It's going to just cost me 1 coin. And I'm going to get this blue one down. And what this blue one allows me to do is turn in any resource to take the dive action. So I'm going to go ahead and
Nice.
place that
Oh,
here.
that's great.
Which is going to be allowing me to take a dive action. So now I'm going to go a little bit further ahead.
Wow.
Because getting up on this dive is going to score you some points at the end of the game as long as
Yeah.
you can get far.
Right. And if you get far enough, you can just score points,
Yep.
You can take that action to score points. It's really nice.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think that was everything.
Great. So then back to me. I'm going to travel again, and I'm just going to keep on going this way. This is a great. Oh no, your boat's gone, so you're not going to score points for that.
I'm over here.
You're
yeah,
over there
I left.
now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to deploy my reef ball along that far route over there. It's going to cost me 1 energy because there's 2 energy symbols. And now that I've placed a reef ball there, I believe this sector is now complete because this sector has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 routes, all of which at least have one ball. So you're going to get 1 point
So I'll get 1 point because
for
I have
your
one.
ball right there.
Yep. And then you get how much?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.
5. That's a lot of
Yes,
points.
I have to ignore this one.
All right, so you're at 9 as
9,
well.
so it's
oh, man.
where it's tied. And again, this.
You do. A bigger one.
2 sharks.
A better one.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Okay. Where are you traveling to?
Okay. I'm just going to put this over here.
Yeah, you have plenty of space.
I'm going to. I hate to do it, but I'm going to travel over here.
You hate to do it?
I hate to do this. I'm going to play the card
You're just
that I
mission
just
card heavy.
picked up. The mission card that I was saying not quite nice things about because I don't get to do the effect of the island. There's a big red X. Instead, I just get to do this bottom part.
So basically,
which
you
is,
take this, or this, and you can do
Yes.
two different ones.
Two different recharge victory point rewards. So the combinations are 2.
There's 2 different resources, and you gain 1 energy. Activate any one of your crew, and then this one is gain 3 energy and discard one of the crew members out
I'm going to take the first 2.
there. Okay.
So it's 1 energy.
1 energy, and then any 2 different resources.
2 different resources. I'm going to take 1 clam and 1 algae.
Good.
And then the second one there is activating 1 crew member.
Who are you gonna?
I think I'm going to activate this one.
Clam guy.
I'm just going to pay
Suspend
1
the clam.
clam and make my final reef ball that is on the algae track. Because I've completely cleared off this column, I will score 4 points.
So there's 4 there.
And
Okay.
again, it is asymmetric according to which boat you're using. So my boat here scores me 4 points for that column, whereas Naveed's...
Mine is also 4-3-3.
Yeah.
But I think yours is 4-3-4.
Mine's 4-3-4.
Yeah.
So completing this...
If you
will score me
remember,
4
Monique
points.
started with 4 in
Yeah.
her deploying. I had 5,
area,
so
yeah.
it's a little bit different. Yep.
All right, and that is it. That is it for my turn. So now it's back to you.
Okay, I have energy. I have to spend it. I might
You
as
have
well.
so much energy.
I'm going to drop off a reef ball here. It's going
Okay.
to cost me 2, so it's going to be 1, 2. Again, it costs you the amount depicted prior to you dropping it
Right.
down there.
Right.
2, and then I'm going to just hightail it onto this island here, which is really nice. That's why I wanted to hire one of those purplish blue so that I can activate it. Because what's good is I have another mission card. So we have another mission card here. And so this one matches, and again, I'm gonna create a full set here.
Okay.
So a couple things that are gonna happen. So we have green, purple, and then this wild will represent that other orange, the one that makes it a full set.
Okay.
So let me do a couple things here. Let me just make sure I take this benefit before I flip it over.
Okay.
Very easy to forget that if you don't do
Okay.
it. So I get 1, 2, 3. I'm back
Okay.
to max. Okay, so now this will
And
all.
get your reef ball
I get my reef ball. Yes.
because you
thank
played a mission card.
I could just clear this off and get 3 points, or I could start moving towards this 4. This 3 points, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it at some point, so I'm just going
Okay.
to go ahead and clear
The confidence.
this one off. Yeah, I mean,
I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna clear that off right there. Because
Okay.
I get more points there versus that. Okay,
Yeah.
so now I go ahead and flip this all over, correct?
Yes. So
And
now
then I will
you've
be able
taken
to-
the one on the mission. It's just the island now. So
Exactly. So these are all going to flip over
Mm-hmm.
because there are 1 of each. I get 4 points, so I'm with you.
you are with me.
There we are.
It's unfortunate.
And then, yeah, it's unfortunate. I am going to go ahead and I will take this action first.
So if
I'm gonna-
it's small to see,
Yep.
this is going to be activating all of your purple crew members.
Yeah,
So,
so-
not in that row necessarily if you place your crew members in other
Mm-hmm.
parts of your boat. So just the purple ones. And you gain 1 benefit along the victory point track.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and do activating everyone here. So
Okay.
I'm going to spend a clam, might as well, to go ahead and unlock. And let's just unlock this. All right, I said
Get
I was
your
going to do it. I'm
points.
going to do it now. So there you go. It's unlocked. I get 3 victory points.
Ah,
That's what it's depicted at the top. Right there. So we're getting close to objectives time.
we are.
And then I'm going to do this very next one here, which is get rid of a resource in order to take the dive action. So I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of a camera. We're going to sell a camera so that we can dive. We're going to dive here. So this is the first time doing this. So I have now kind of researched or discovered a new reef tile. So this is going to flip up. So anytime I take the blackfish, this is what I'm eligible for. In addition to that, because I am the first one here, I am going to be this oxygen tank here. I get the benefit depicted there.
2 coins.
2 coins. And then it unfortunately flips over for the next player to be something even better.
Well, it's a mission card. I guess it depends on what you
Mission
need.
cards are
But
great.
these ones do get better.
They do get
which
sweeter.
I'm glad about.
And so that was activating both of my blue crew members.
Okay.
And then now I'm going to be able to take this action, which is essentially take a complete recharge action. Sorry, I misspoke. I only get one of the benefits. I don't get to take the
Right.
entire recharge action.
Yes.
Okay, I think I'm going to take the benefit that is take any mission card. And actually, surprisingly, I'm going to take this one right here, the one that we're all eligible for.
Ah, okay.
So I'll take that.
Waste.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just kidding. What does it do?
This one basically says if I go to this Hammerhead Shark Island,
Down
I
here.
get to do that. Plus, I get to go up on the research track.
So it's research, double research.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to take a travel turn, and I am running out of energy. I do not have that energy machine that you've had all game. It's wild.
Yeah.
So I think I am going to use all of it.
Okay.
With deploying a reef ball here.
Okay.
So
It's gonna
that
cost you 2.
Cost me 2 energy. I'm going to deploy one in here.
You're killing it on that, though. Yeah.
And I'm going to have to move across free paths because I don't have any
Has to be
energy.
done, yeah.
So I'm just going to go 1, 2.
Back to
and
home base.
Return to home base. At any time on my turn, I can choose to play a mission card that is not island specific. So this one just needs me to have 5 deployed reef balls, and I have
do.
6. I just couldn't deploy it last turn because I had already used the mission
Yeah.
card.
Yep.
So this gives me 2 coins. And
Very good. And
that's
it's a
not
wild,
bad.
which is nice.
It is a wild. but
So
it's
right
true.
now you're looking for either a green or a purple, doesn't matter, to make a full
Yes,
set. Mm-hmm.
To make a full set. Okay, so now I'm going to resolve the island. So that's going to be 1 step on the research track. And then I can do this in any order of my choosing.
Yeah.
I basically go up on the diver and I get to resolve one of these 2. Which one do I want? Well,
Yeah, because if you dive, then that means you're going to resolve this. But if you resolve first, then you dive, then you can. This is your last chance to do this.
I can hire a crew member.
Hire a crew member.
I'm going to do the black yellow fish first,
Okay.
and I'm going to hire a crew member.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to spend 2 coins for this crew member here, which lets me discard a mission card from my hand in order to score 3 points.
Nice.
So alternatively, I could have done this one, which lets me trash a reef ball, but I like putting them out. So I think
Yeah.
it's going to have to be this.
I think that's a good one. Yeah.
So 2 coins, and let's move these down now before I
Okay.
forget. I'm going to go ahead and place it here, which gets me the 3 energy that
you
I've
so
been
wanted.
desperately needing.
Yep.
And then I'm going to move up on this track.
Which gets you a mission card.
So it gets me a mission card. And again, that benefit is on the oxygen tank. So my options are either this one or this one. This requires me to be up to the 5 space, I believe, on the research track for
Does.
2 points.
Yeah.
We'll eventually get there. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's good.
That's pretty good.
It's a good one.
I'm going to go ahead and take that. One thing that I want to mention is I'm not sure if we mentioned this during the teach, but when you go up the diving track, you can spend 2 of the same resource
Oh, yeah.
to go up one additional
One
space.
additional space, yeah.
So that's actually really important to keep in mind for situations like this, right?
Yep.
So that goes to you.
So you did all 3 of your actions there.
I did the research, the fish, and the dive track.
Research,
So
fish, dive. Okay, so I'm going to continue to travel.
Okay.
I have a lot of energy, so I should do this now. So I'm going to place out a reef ball here. It's going to cost me 2 energy, 1, 2, and then I'm just going to mosey on over to that spot. Because remember, I picked up that hammerhead shark
I do remember.
one over here.
Yeah.
So this allows me to do the research action. So this matches. So there's a couple things that happens with mine. I get to put out one of my reef balls. So I'm just going to take it off of this algae section here. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and go up the track, and essentially I get to do it twice. Once on the card plus another one there. So I'm going to go once on the card. I will take the milestone. So I get to look through these 3 and then immediately get the benefit
Yes.
that's depicted on it. Interesting. So let me take a look at my pollution real quick. All right. I'm going to take... I'm going to take this one, which is essentially another free dive action. So you get to move up on the dive. So I'm just gonna keep that there. It's been used. And then I'm just going to keep on going just a little bit further.
Okay.
All right. And then the island itself says do research. So now I'm going to go back onto this 4. So it's basically like you lose 1 space, but you get some sort of benefit.
Yeah,
there,
the
right?
benefit's great.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. And then now I get to activate all of my
The green.
my green, yeah, which is not
Which is the one.
not the best.
They're smiling at the front
Yeah.
of your ship.
Well, it's just
me.
okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, one
Might as well.
algae.
1 algae to max out once again.
Oh my gosh,
my
your energy again.
That's me. It's back to you.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and travel. I'm over here, and I think I'm going to deploy a reef ball here.
Nice.
So it's going to cost me 1 energy. So my discount again.
Okay.
And I think I'm just going to move. Can you move me to that northern?
You're going
there,
here?
please?
Yeah,
Yes.
to the Green
And
Fish Island.
it's not an ideal location to be at, but I'm going there because I have a mission card.
Nice.
So it's a green fish.
So you don't take the island
symbol. I
actions.
don't get the island benefit. I only can do this bottom part here.
So you're moving your diver.
I'm moving my diver.
Okay.
And I get to activate one crew member. So
Who is it going to be?
I also complete a set, but let me go ahead and activate the crew member first.
Okay.
Sorry. Things
No
are
worries.
getting
No worries.
messy.
You're good.
Okay, I'm going to activate this one.
Spend
So,
2 resources.
2 resources for 3 points.
Yep.
So I'm going to spend 1 camera, 1 algae.
Okay, so you're going to get 7 total
So
resources.
it's 3 points for that, what I just did, and 4 points because I now have another set.
Yeah.
This was a wild. So an
13
orange, green, and wild.
Goes to 20. Oh, man.
20 straight?
13
so
to 20.
2 more points,
Yeah.
and we'll gain an objective
Objective
card.
Yeah.
But I think that is it for me.
That was good.
So back to you.
That was good. Okay, I'm going to travel again. I'm just going to drop off one of my reef balls onto this location here. It's going to cost me 3 energy, so 8 down to 5. And then I'm going to travel this way. So I'm going to go onto this location for free because I have a reef ball along the way. I'm going to take the single recharge benefit that allows me to take any one of these cards here, and I'm going to take this purple one that's outside of my my normal zone.
That's for that island there.
Yep. And then it's going to slide down.
All right.
All right. And then I get to now activate all of my blue.
Blue/purple. You call it blue.
yeah.
I call it
Or
purple.
purple,
I guess
yeah.
it depends on the person.
Yeah.
So
So I'm going to
this
do this one first, and
Okay.
then I'm going to go back and activate this crew member. Because by doing this, I'm going to spend my 1 algae, so I have no resources, but that moves me up on this track here. And by doing so, I gain a clam, which is what I'm going to need to
Yes.
spend for this person right there. So
Okay.
go up. We
And
flip
this
that over.
flips over because
Yep.
you're the first person. And again, it's only the first time you reach an oxygen tank. So as you can see, this is a clam and 2 coins.
Yeah, it's better for you when you
Yeah.
come in second. Okay, and then now we discovered a new reef tile, which is
Ooh.
energy. There's more energy.
Yeah, energy and research.
Yeah, it looks like sweet potato fries.
This is a coral.
I know.
All right.
Okay, and then now I'm going to activate this other one because I get to.
Yes.
I remember I get to activate all my blue, so I will spend a 1 to get rid of this one. Let's just get 4 points.
You scored your second one.
4 points, please. So I think we're
So we're
both at
tied.
20.
So we're at
Yeah,
16.
we're pacing.
Ah,
You got this.
hold on. 16 to 20.
Yep,
There we go.
perfect. All right, and I think that was everything there.
All right. So then it goes back to me. I'm going to travel, but for the first time, I think, in this game, I'm not going to deploy a reef ball. So I could deploy one here along that route, and I can actually do it for free because I already have a reef ball there. But it's not really going to do much more for me because this sector has already scored.
Okay.
If it hadn't scored yet, it would be an additional victory point. But because I have a strong majority in this sector, there's really no point in deploying a reef ball, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go straight to travel.
Okay.
And I think I'm just going to move down to this island here.
Okay.
So I had to cross 2 routes, but because
Paid for by me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Naveen.
Yeah.
So it was free for me to get there.
Okay.
I'm not playing a mission card. I'm just resolving the island, which is hiring a crew member and going up on the research track.
Yep.
I've been pretty far behind on research, so I really wanted to do that. And now I can hire a crew member and maybe even dive. If I can complete this column, that would be great.
Well, if you complete the column, it would have to be one of these, or you can flip this over to the 1 coin side, the wild.
Right. Or I can do this.
You can?
And I can score 4 points for doing that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to pay 1 coin to hire this crew member here. They are green, so I'm going to go ahead and place it here. Again, I keep on saying it. We don't have to. It just will score me the 4 points because they're all green. They all have to match the first person. By,
And you're covering up 2 reefs, so you get to
yes.
clear off 2 reefs for you.
the 2 reef balls.
Reef balls.
So I guess I might as well just clear off them both from the same place.
Okay.
Just to get me closer to. Wait, this is the one that scores me more.
Does, yeah.
I'm gonna go with the camera one.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay.
Okay. So I cleared those off. I've now completed a row here, and they all match the same
So
color
you're
as
gonna
that
go
guy's. Like
24
4
points. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go to 24.
Yep.
Now the game is immediately paused for this objective scoring portion. And so starting with the player who is in last place in the victory points track, you get to draw 4 cards. It's basically 2 cards per player.
Yeah. So have you done this action already, just so
I
that
have.
we can keep account? So
Yeah,
this
so
is
this is
the
gonna be the
end
end of my
Okay.
turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I draw 4 cards from this deck of cards
Because
here.
it's a 2-player game.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna look at all 4. I get to keep 1 and trash 1 based off of most likely what Monique is doing over there. So
Nasty.
let's do something.
But then I'll get to, well, I'll be the only other player. So I'll keep one and
One of
toss
the
the
two,
other.
yeah.
So
Okay, I'm gonna keep this one here. I'm gonna get rid of this one,
Okay.
and then so this deck is done. We're not gonna see it again, and then these 2 are gonna get passed to you. So you get one of those 2.
all right. I am going to go with this one, and
Okay.
I won't reveal it until the end of the game.
Yep.
But just so you have an idea as to what these are like, this is an example of an objective card, and this basically will get you points at the end of the game, depending on how many resources you have left.
Yep.
So 6 left over will get you 5 points, 9, 10 points, and 12, 15 points. And that's, again, in addition to the 3 points that you get for every row in your resource track.
Yeah,
at the end of the game.
considering I have literally no resources, I didn't want to choose that
Yeah,
one.
me too. I didn't feel
Yeah,
I didn't feel very
I don't know.
confident in my resource status.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Once again, I'm going to travel. So I'm going to place out. Well, let's just score this now. I'm going to place this out here. It's going to cost me 3 energy. So that's 1, 2, 3. And now each one of these sectors, 1, 2, 3, is surrounding this pollution tile.
Yeah.
So I'm going to score 1, 2, 3, plus my boat is next to the island. So it's going to be 4 points.
Nice.
So I'm with
Did
ya.
it. Wow, we're really tracking.
And then now I pick up this pollution and let's go ahead and observe it. All
Yeah,
right.
uncontested. And now this is going to score you 4 points.
Yep.
At the end of the game.
And then now I'm going to go the cheap way along my reef balls. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 back to home base. So let's go ahead and I'm not going to play a card. I'm going to do all 3 of these actions. So the first one I'm going to do is just moving up on the research action. There we go. And the next ones are pretty straightforward because I get to dive. So I go a little further and then I get to activate this tile here. This tile is going to be gaining 3 energy again. 1, 2, 3 back to 5. And then I get to do another research. So I'm at
Wow,
7.
you are so far on the research track.
It's points.
What is going on?
Yeah.
All right, back to me. I am going to travel again, and I
Okay.
think I'm going to deploy a reef ball here.
Okay.
So this typically would cost me 1 energy, but
0.
it's 0.
Yep.
I'm going to move over to this island, so it's going to be free, and then I have to pay
1. Yep.
So that costs me 1 energy. And here, I'm not going to play a
card?
mission card. I'm just going to do what it says on the island. So I gain a research, go from the research track, and I can activate all
Everybody.
of my crew, my
Yeah.
green crew members. So, I only have 1 energy. I'm going to try to activate as many of them as I can,
Okay.
I think. I have to
Discard.
remove one of my deployed reef balls out of the game. So I won't be able to put it out onto the ocean, essentially.
Yep.
And that's going to be for 3 points. I am going to discard the card from my hand for
Okay.
3 points.
So it's 6 points total.
Yes, and then I'm going to spend 3 coins to buy an algae
Okay.
to now do this.
So and
So I'm
then
turning in 2
2.
resources.
so you get 9 points here.
So 9 points.
Yeah, it's pretty good. That's
Okay.
hard to compete with.
So
Oof.
24
33.
to 33.
There you go.
Okay, again, the game and triggers 45.
Yikes.
And then I can spend, basically, do I want to spend 3 coins for 2 energy?
So you're basically saying, do you want to turn in 3 coins to represent the 1 algae you're missing so you can
Yeah.
activate that for 2 energy?
Right. Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Yep.
So I'm going to pay 3 coins to represent the 1 algae, which I will now spend for 2 energy.
Okay.
Okay. And I think that's it. So this gets discarded. That's done. I don't have any in my hand
Pretty
now.
good. Pretty good.
Okay. So now it goes back to
me.
you.
Okay, so I will travel again. I'm going to deploy this reef ball there. It's going to cost me 3 energy. So now my 5 goes down to 2. But I'm not going to travel that way. I'm actually going to travel back this way onto this island. Not going to play a mission card. I'm just going to load up on some of these things. So I'm going to load up on 4 clams
Okay.
and then 1 algae because I get a total of 5. That's it.
Oh, okay. Nice. All right. Back to me. I am going to travel again.
Okay,
And I think I'm going to deploy. Oh, it's my last reef ball.
that's it.
I have to make more. Okay, I'm going to place this here. So that's
Cost
going to
you
cost 2.
2.
1, 2. And now I think I'm just going to travel
Do it.
down here
Oh, okay. For free.
for free. Yes, because it's across routes with my own reef balls. And I'm going to gain a mission card I can take up to here.
Yep.
So I think I'll take this one
Okay.
and those slide down. and then I can activate two different crew members, right?
Yes.
And as of right now, I have 0 resources total, and I don't even have 3 coins. So that means I'm probably just going to take some money.
5. So that's one of your 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's one crew member, and the other one is this one.
Trashing the card that
I'm
you
going
just
to
got.
trash the card that I got
For points.
3 points.
Points are points.
Points are points. That's right.
There you go.
1, 2, 3.
Mm.
Okay,
You get some points.
that's it. So it's
Okay.
back to you.
Well, now that I have some clams, I am not going to be deploying a reef ball because there is no legal place to do it. So I'm just going to travel along my paths. So it's going to be 1, 2 onto this slot here. And then I am going to activate, I'm going to activate all of these things here. So I get to do all my red. So this one
Yes.
really, I have no cameras and I could technically spend 3 to represent the camera I don't have to get the 3 back.
Okay.
So that's not happening. So don't worry about that. But I am going to spend 2 of my clams from 4 down to 2
Okay.
to get 4 victory points, please.
Nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, and then additional to that, the other action depicted on the island is going to be picking up one of these cards here. I'm going to take this card here, this green one.
Okay.
Here we go.
Very
Slide this
good.
down.
All right. Done?
Yep.
Okay, so it goes back to me. I don't have any cards. Uh-oh. You know, considering I don't have much of anything, I don't have any deployed reef balls, no resources, no cards.
Is it refresh?
I think I'm going to take a recharge action.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, this is the first time we're doing this, and it's at a good time
Yeah.
because our points are higher on the victory point track, so which means we gain more benefits.
Yeah.
Oh, so close.
Nope.
So close to that. All right, so
So
then
you're diving.
starting with this, I go up on the dive track.
There you go. So you get 2 coins and a clam.
Oh, resources. So 2
There you go.
coins, 1 clam.
Now
okay.
the next thing is you get a buoy. Or
I get a
reef ball.
I get to make a reef ball. So I think I just want to try to get points.
There you
so I'll
go.
make that one.
Good.
After that,
2
it's
coins.
2 more coins.
Then a card of your choice, anything.
Anything here in the display. I think I'll take this card.
Yep.
So that is for this island here.
Okay.
And then, so that was
That's
this
there. So now you get any 2 resources that are different and an energy.
and 1 energy.
Yep.
So 1 energy and any 2 resources.
2 different resources.
Oh, 2 different. Let's go with algae
Okay.
and another clam.
Okay. Then you get
Okay.
to activate one of your crew.
Ooh, I think I'll activate this one.
Okay.
I'll make
So you're spending a clam.
buoy. So I spend a clam, a reef ball, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going to make this reef ball so that I cleared out this column.
So you get.
I gain 4 points.
points.
So
Ugh.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're pushing it.
So close.
Pushing
oh my
this.
gosh. I feel the race.
Come on.
And then now I think I just get 3 energy.
And you discard this
1,
last
2,
worker.
3. Yes.
Off it goes.
This one gets discarded.
There we go. I got you.
Okay. And that's me. I didn't get to move and nothing
That was
else.
pretty
just
good though. what you did.
Recharge.
All right. Simple for me. I will put out a second one of these, and I'm going to put it onto a place that I'm already in. So I'm going to place it here. Now that's free.
Yes.
Once you have one down on a path, I think that's the first time we're seeing it in this game.
Maybe.
Then you do not have to pay. So I have 2 there. I'm going to go ahead and travel across back to home base, and I'm going to take all the actions there. I'm not going to be playing a card from my hand.
Okay.
So first thing I'm going to do is let's go ahead and research. I'm going to take the milestone. I'm going to take a look at
Great.
all 3
so
of these.
good. Naveen and his tracks. If there's a track, Naveen will go up the track.
Take it.
For
yeah.
sure.
I'm going to take this tile here. This is going to be the milestone. It's
Okay.
basically I can do any one of the recharge
Okay.
actions that I'm eligible for. So I'll take this, and then these 2 will go back. And I'm just going to take this one, which is get any card of my choice. I'm going to take this one.
Nice.
There we go.
So you
Perfect.
get a mission card.
Yep, mission card.
There you go.
Okay, then the next thing I'm going to do is I kind of like what's on this tile, and I don't want to be at the mercy of taking the black fish action that's here. So I'm going to take the black fish now, and then I will dive afterwards. So I'm going to
Okay.
get 3 energy. 1, 2, 3. And I get to go up back on the research, so I'm back to 9 now.
Amazing.
Okay, and then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move forward, so I get an energy that's going to flip over, and then in addition to that, we see what the next reef tile is going to be. It's going to be that one. Very good.
Oh.
Very, very good. All right, and I think that was everything.
All right. So then back to me. I'm going to travel, and I'm not going to deploy a reef ball
Okay.
right now.
Where
so I'm traveling here,
Okay.
and that's going to be
Free.
free. And I'm going to play this mission card. So that is for the island that I'm on.
Okay.
But I don't do the benefit of the island. I just do this bottom, which is activating 2 crew members, getting a mission card, and doing the research.
You want to do research
action.
first?
And you can resolve that in any order. So I'm definitely going to do research first so that I can take one of these 2 milestones. Oh my goodness. It's been so hard watching you take all the milestones. I'm going to take this one. So this will allow me to take a pollution tile from the supply, basically the ones that were not put out. And it has to be the smallest one that's available. So I'm going to take this small one here.
Keeping that, huh?
And then that just stays there.
Okay.
So then I'm going to gain a mission card, which I think I'm just going to turn it in.
Okay.
Possibly. So I'll take this.
Okay.
And then now I can activate 2 of my crew members.
Are you going to turn in that card for 3 points?
I think so.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm going to do these 2.
Okay.
I like having resources right now. So
Oh, you're going to trigger endgame.
I'm trashing a reef ball, and then I'm going to discard a card from my hand, which is this crew member here, for a total of 6 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So we've crossed 45 points.
So you're first player, right?
Which means, yes, I was first player.
Okay, so I get 2 turns.
So you get 2 more turns.
And you get 1 turn.
So you finish out the round, and you play 1 more round. And then we go into endgame scoring.
Oh, man.
Ah.
Pushed it, huh? Wow. All right. So since you did that, I will travel. So I'm going to go ahead and just drop this off here. That's going to cost 2 resources, right?
Yeah.
1, 2. And then we are going to travel along a freebie route back to my home base there. And I happen to have one of these, which is good for me. So this, again, I get to unlock one of my my reef balls because that's my ship's ability once I satisfy this. This is completed now. The benefit that I get here is I get to take one of these cards. Knowing that this game is pretty much over, I think I'm just going to take this one. And then these are all going to slide down.
Okay.
Okay. And so that was this benefit here
at
the bottom. And then I will be able to take the island, but let's just go ahead and score my 4 points now because I've completed a set.
Nice.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Then again on this island, I get to pick any card. I only have 1 turn left. I think I'm just going to hate draft this.
Okay.
Knowing that you have a lot of employees. Or no, you're not even.
I'm not
okay,
there.
that's fine. I'll just take it though.
Okay.
All right. Then we get to activate the red.
Wow.
So the red,
turn.
what's nice is this is that same camera situation that I've been in.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do that, but I get to turn in 2 clams
Okay.
for 4 points.
For 4 points.
Yeah.
Oh, 1, 2,
good.
3,
36.
4. It's pretty good. Nice.
Okay. I want more. Yeah. Okay.
We have another turn.
I have one more turn. Yeah. So you
All
have
right.
your last.
So here
turn.
we go. This is the last round of the game.
Yeah.
Oh, my one last turn. What can I do that I'm so... Oh, I can't even close a zone. Well, I guess maybe I'll take a travel turn
Okay.
for
So this
my
will be your last
last...
turn.
Yeah, my last turn. I'm just going to move... I'm going to hire somebody. So
Okay.
I think I'm going to try to go over there. So this is free...
1
free?
free. Yep. So
Okay,
one
so
energy.
1 energy to get there.
So this one's easy for you.
Yes,
Simple.
I don't have any mission cards in my hand, so I'm not playing one.
Yep.
So
Simple.
I'm just going to go up the
So it's
research
worth
track.
a point.
So that's
So
worth 1
3
point.
to 4.
And then I can hire someone. And I think I'm going to hire someone for this spot
So you
Here.
can dive. That's good.
so that I can, yeah, I'll be able to dive. Okay, I'm going to spend 1 coin.
Okay.
I'm just going to hire the cheapest crew member
Worker,
here
yeah.
because, again, you do not have to put the same color,
Yep.
but it has to go left to right. So placing this here will gain me
A dive.
a dive.
which is
And I
good.
could spend 2 of the same resource to go up again, but because Naveen was here first,
And I'm
you
winning on the
break it
tiebreaker.
down. You're leading on the
everything.
tiebreaker, yeah. But at least it gives me 3rd place. So
It
instead
does.
of 0 points, it's 6
6 points. Yeah.
And now that I've completed a column, I can activate 1 of these tiles. So I don't have any mission cards in my hand. I think I'm just going to do this one.
Turn into resources for.
2 different resources for 3 points, right?
Yep. Points are
1,
points.
2. So 3 points. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. So now it is back to you for your final turn.
Yeah. Final turn. Yikes. I'm going to be 1 short of clearing this thing off, which is unfortunate.
Oh, no.
I think you were going to end it like when you did. So, all right. Let's go ahead and put out this reef ball here. That's going to cost me 3.
Okay.
So 4 goes down to 1. And then I believe this closes off.
Do you have the
this
majority
area?
there?
Yes, that's why I put 1 out
Oh,
extra earlier.
no.
I know it's
I'm
good
in
for
trouble.
me. Yeah,
Okay, so this is the sector that is closed off now.
correct. Yeah. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 to your 1, 2, 3. Okay,
So you have 5
so I get 5 with the boat.
with their boat.
So you get 5
So
points.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You get 3 though.
And I get 1. No, this? Oh, yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, but then I get the pollution token,
That's so nice.
which have points on them. Yeah.
And now you're going to get 4 points.
I am going to get the 4 points, yes, at the end of the game.
game.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to actually take the travel action. So I'm going to now go across where I just came from. And I do happen to have that kind of card. So it's one of these. So I'm not taking the island action. I'm just going to do the bottom ones there.
Okay.
So this one, because it's my ship, I get one of these off and I am one short.
Oh, you're one short.
That's for 3 points.
Uh,
And I could get it for one of these, but this has more points than what I'm going to get for.
okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so then I take the 2 actions that are depicted. So now I just move up on this, which is good. That's an extra 2 points
You're
there.
going to have a lot of endgame scoring.
Endgame scoring is going to be good there. And then this one says I get to put out one of my reef balls and I don't pay the cost.
Energy. Yeah.
Which is good because I'm going to
can
put
put it
this one
anywhere.
out here, and I believe I close in this one, and this also closes in this one.
Okay.
So we're going to have a double thing going on here. So let's just go ahead and do this one, which is
Okay.
easy. 1, 2, 3, 4 points for me.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And then I grab this token, which is pollution. Okay, I will look into that. Yep, I'm going to hang on to that. And then now this one, I get 2, and you get 3.
1, 2.
And you get 3.
1, 2, 3.
So, but you get the pollution token, unfortunately, which is kind
Nice.
of a bummer.
That's
Yeah,
nice. I
don't want
wasn't
you-
expecting this.
I don't want you to have it, but
Oh, but the scores are so close.
they are close.
Oh, I think I'm in trouble here. All right. Well, that is it.
Yep.
That is the end of the game. So, shall we go into endgame scoring?
Sure, let's do it.
All right. First things first, we're going to score our objective cards.
Okay, you want to go first since you're first player?
Sure.
All right.
Mine is 2 points per crew member that I've hired.
So you get not including the starting
Yeah,
ones.
not including the 3 starting ones. I've hired 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So that's 10 points. So 55 to 65.
Yes,
All right,
that's why I wanted to
mine.
hire a crew member at the end there.
I really wanted to get mine to score better. Mine is for every mission card I played, which was kind of my incentive.
Oh, every
I score
multiple of
points.
3.
Yeah, every multiple of 3. So I have 7 total played
Okay.
for a total of 8 points.
Oh, that's
there.
great.
Yeah, so you got me on that one.
Whoa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, the next thing we score is however many mission cards we've played, not what was left over in our hands. And I think we both have 7.
Yeah.
3
7 and
plus 1,
7.
So I go to 62.
62.
And you go to, what is that, 72. Yeah, because it's a 10-point spread still. Okay. The next thing is we score points based off of where we are on the research track. So Nick, you get 4 points.
And you get 11.
Yes.
11.
62
So
to
73.
We're getting closer.
Oh my gosh.
Keep it going.
That's bad. Okay, now you score the diver.
I
oh
do.
no.
Okay. So, because we're playing a 2-player game,
Yes.
it's as if a third player has 10 on this track and a fourth player has 5. So, why Monique's last move to get off of this block was so important was because she did not break the tiebreaker relative to the neutral players. The neutral
Yes.
player has almost like a 5 here.
Yeah.
So, she
on
would have
the
scored
research
0.
track, I would have scored 0.
But she got 6 points for doing this because you get the person who's out in front, which is our phantom player here, gets 12. I'm next, so I get 10, and then you're next, so you get 6.
Yes.
So you get to 82, and then I get how much did I say? 10
10.
to
So 83?
83. Here we go.
No.
Gotta keep it moving.
Okay.
All right.
That was this.
Yeah.
So now resources. for
Leftover
every-
resources.
Yeah, leftover resources.
So
So
you can turn in your money.
I have 9. 5,
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9.
You do.
Which is enough for
3 points.
one of each. And that'll gain me 3 points.
That's good. So you're gonna get 1, 2, 3. I have the gamer oopsie. I have 5. If I had 6, I can convert 3 into 3 and then make it. So I'm a buck short, unfortunately. So I just
well,
won't even do it.
Maybe you'll get it in sharks.
Yes.
So we're going to do shark scoring,
Okay.
which is basically all of the cleaned sectors, the ones that we removed the pollution tiles from. We're going to see who has a majority of reef balls surrounding it, and they will get 2 points per shark
Depicted
symbol.
shark, yeah.
And
So
the
let's just-
second player gets 1 point
Yeah.
per
So
symbol.
let's start up here.
Yes.
So it's only me here. So I get 2
points.
points right there for that. So it's going to be 1, 2. We're tied.
Uh-huh.
What else do you see here? So you have the most, I think.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have the most. So you're going to get 4 points to my 2 points. So I'm going to get 2. You get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Where else are we at?
This one?
Yep. So this is going to be me now, right? Okay. So I get 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4 to your 2 points. Oh man. Okay.
Oh, no.
This is me right here.
Oh,
so I get
trouble.
4
4.
points. So
And I get nothing.
you get nothing. That's good.
I should have dropped off 1.
That one.
You'll
I
get
get 6 points. 2 times 3.
Yeah,
So I get
6
6.
points.
So 95 to, we're going to flip it over to the 100 side. So I'm at 101. And then I don't think you're on this one.
No, I'm not.
But you're on this one. So you're going to get
So
6
6
points.
points.
And I'm going to get 2 points.
No,
Because
you get
I have 1 here.
3. It just whoever's in second
sorry.
place is
Yes.
1 point per shark.
That's right. So you get 6. So you're at 97. And I get how many 3 you said?
3.
Okay, 3.
Ah.
There we go. And then we also have our pollution tiles.
Yes.
You're going to score those.
I had 3 pollution tiles,
Okay.
and it's a total of 5 plus 4 plus 2.
So 11?
11 points.
Okay, so you're going to go to 98 to 108.
Yay, broke 100.
There you go. You broke 100. Oh, man.
At least.
It's far. Okay, so I have 4 tiles.
Oh, and they're the big ones.
Yeah, they're big ones. So I have 5 plus 4, that's 9, plus another 4, that's 13, plus another 2, so 15. So 15 to, what is that? So I got
So 119.
119.
Ah,
I did it.
nice. I think that's it.
I think that's it.
So those are the final scores.
Ah.
It's Naveen with 119 to me with 108.
108, yeah.
You did it.
I did it.
You were the science team
We're
who
cleaning.
was best able to clean. Well,
Putting
it's a
out
combination of things.
reef balls.
You've cleaned parts of the ocean.
Raking.
You've also taken photographs and used them and sold them for
You know,
money.
I didn't do too much in the photograph
There's a-
game, but I did sell
true.
my camera. I sold my 1 camera
Nice.
for some money.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Good job.
Thanks.
Clean the ocean.
Good game.
Well, there you go. That is Reef Project. Now, again, we played the 2-player on the 1 to 2 player side of the board. So if you're playing in higher player counts, there is another side that you would flip to.
Yep.
In addition, we played with the A sides of the ships, and there are a total of 5 different ships. They all have asymmetric abilities. And there are several of each of the different components. So each time you play the game, you'll play with a different combination of these coral tiles as an example.
Well, there you go. That is Reef Project. If you have any questions about anything you saw here, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. We'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you all so much for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, please consider subscribing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.